Bum, 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 bum. I don't know the rest of the words of that song.
I don't either.
Good morning! Welcome to Taps and Takes, baby, live from Groggs Traditional Irish Pub. The one pub that needs to be in your life. If you haven't had any JMO lately, you know where to go. You haven't had a Guinness lately, like Eddie, who hasn't had a carb since 2011. Okay, you need to come down to Groggs Traditional Irish Pub. And speaking of carbs, they have delicious food as well. Northeast corner of Willow and Knees. Come by, support Groggs because they support the Do Over podcast, letting us come in every single Friday morning, talk all that nerd news, all that sports news. Now, if you're looking at the makeup here and wondering why Elliott looks so much more handsome, it's because it's not Elliott. It's Eddie. Hey, Eddie.
Hey. Woo. What's
up,
Fake
Eddie?
round of applause.
Wait, I got you.
Oh, there it is.
No, unlike Elliott, I had it potted up. Thank you very much.
You see, when the kids are away, the dads can come out and play.
That's right. Edward Rouse, the dads will come out and play because I don't know about you, but I need to escape those children sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know you have one child, right?
One daughter.
One daughter, as far as you know, one. So
no one's come knocking on the door yet.
Not yet.
Are you my daddy?
No. She's all wearing a chain.
Looks exactly like, nope.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. No, you have one daughter,
yes.
Little Merritt, and you are a great dad. You take a lot of pride in raising your kids, and I mean, you know, this is kind of the disconnect when it comes to my co-hosts, right? When you Jess and Elliot, not so much Orky, but like my co-hosts on air personally, they lack the perspective of having children, and that kind of makes it hard sometimes because it's like you don't understand the crazy, beautiful disaster that is being a parent.
Yes.
Like you love them, but then you damn near hate them sometimes, but you don't really hate them. You're just frustrated because you want them to get it. And you love, like when you have a kid, at least if you're a good parent, the love you feel for a human is unmatched.
Unmatched. Yeah.
Like I would gladly die a horrible death to make sure they had one more day of comfort. And that's just the truth. That's why we push ourselves to do all the crazy things.
Yeah. And they don't seem to understand that because it's always them.
Yep.
And you're like, but I'm doing everything for you.
Right. They will get it one day. They'll look back and say, hey, Dad, thank you for taking your video game career that you're going to have, putting it to the side for us. And I say, you're welcome, little kids. Now, speaking of video games, there's a lot of kind of mild nerd news, and we record this on a Tuesday. There's something that we're going to talk about that's happening tomorrow that we'll probably talk on the Do Over podcast. As a matter of fact, when we're done watching this, go to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/the Do Over podcast. Hold on, since Elliott's not here. Orky, can you put it right here? Can you put it right here?
Put it right here, Orky.
Put it right here, Orky. Yes, we are probably recording and doing our thing live with a special guest in studio, me, Jess, and Darlene. Yes. So
it's going to be a good Friday.
It is going to be a good Friday. So let's get into it. Now, before we even start, you are a big cinema fanatic.
Huge cinema fanatic.
As a matter of fact, I
have a lot more free time on my hands to go to the movies. So.
Yeah. I wonder what happened.
Yeah.
What crazy thing happened in Eddie's life that allowed him to have more free time? I don't know. I don't know. But even before, you were probably the most movie goer friend that I had.
Yeah.
Like,
I love it.
You go to the movies and I will sit and literally think to myself sometimes, I want to be the movie guy. Like I want to go to every movie because the cinema is important and it incentivizes these people making these products. Like you got to support. But then I'm like, oh, life. But you make time to go.
Yes.
So you saw Ballerina and you saw How to Train Your Dragon.
And I saw a third one too.
Okay, here, let's start with Ballerina. Give me your, hey, Orc. Go ahead and put spoilers right here. Put spoilers right here. And you can go ahead and spoil it. I'll end up seeing it.
I won't really spoil it as much as I will say, see it.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
dude, there are some people.
I had low expectations.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, why do we need this? Whatever. She's very attractive. So, yeah.
Ana de Armas played Marilyn Monroe. So, like, yeah, she's hot.
Fair.
Yeah.
Although that movie was
trash.
Yeah.
But she is hot.
She is. And so I start watching, and the biggest spoiler is that John Wick is actually in it.
Yeah.
And more than you would think.
And we kind of knew that because in the trailers he's in it, but you just didn't realize.
But he's in it more than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in like a quarter of the movie, right? Like
about an eighth.
Yeah.
But he's in the end big battle scene, which is cool.
Yeah.
And they kind of play into the first John Wick too, like when she was there when he it's really cool. But the best part about the whole movie, and I'm going to be straight up dead ass honest with this, some of the best action sequences in a movie I have ever seen.
So I'm hearing this not only from you, but other people are saying this about Ballerina, which I feel like it's kind of struggling at the box office, but I have a theory as to why that happened. And it doesn't have to do with the fact that
there's a lot out right now too.
Yeah. I don't think it has anything to do with Ana de Armas at all.
No.
I don't think it has anything to do with are people sick of like John Wick-esque movies at all. They dropped the first trailer for this movie 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah.
2 years ago.
We were talking about this when I first started at the old place. The old place.
Dude, they legit have had this movie complete for years.
Yeah.
And I think, and this is a bigger conversation for a different time, but I really do think that when you announce things too early,
it could kind of
quells the hype. Like if you're going to be announcing something, it should be in a 6-month window at most. You know what I mean?
Not for everything,
but like the first trailer, give it to me 4 to 6 months before the movie comes out. So I'm hyped for it. At this point, it feels like the studio didn't believe in the movie because they were
really good.
That's what I hear.
Besides the action, the actual movie is good. Yeah. And it is an ultimate, and I mean an ultimate must-see in theater movie.
See, and that's what I like to hear because everyone that bitches about, the Marvel, the movies, we don't do movies. But then like a movie like this, which is a good summertime action flick, drops, then not a lot of people are seeing it. And it's like, okay.
It was packed when I saw it, but I saw it opening night.
You saw it opening night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I feel like, and yes.
I wanted more afterwards.
Self-admittedly, I have not seen it yet. I plan on seeing it. But it's also difficult for me to get to the movies sometimes just because of my schedule.
I live 3 minutes away and
you're like
I have the Regal Pass and I like to get my money's worth.
So how much is that Regal Pass?
I pay, I think it's like $24 a month.
Oh, that's not bad. And you can see things opening day.
I saw 3 movies just in the last week.
Yeah. Dude, Regal, sponsor us. Or go ahead and put Regal Pass right here.
Yeah. And I have so many Regal points that like I do the popcorn upgrade. So I go in, the movie costs 50 cents of a transaction fee. So 50 cents for Ballerina, opening night in my seat, Auditorium 10, F11.
Wait, you actually pick your seat that you're always in?
If it's open, yeah. But it's like right at the railing, so I could put my foot up. It's on the aisle, so if I want more popcorn and soda, I could easily get out it in, and it's my seat.
Right.
It's my seat.
Edward's seat.
Yeah. I saw Twisters there. I saw Sinners in the same seat. Ballerina. Not How to Train Your Dragon. I did VIP with that with friends, but yeah, and it's awesome. I'm seeing Elio in that seat this Thursday.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, so 50 cents, and then I have so many points with the upgrades that my large popcorn, all you could eat, and all you could drink Pepsi Zero costs like $10 extra.
That's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
and to sustain that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So Ballerina, what would you give it out of 10?
I would give it a 9.2 out of 10. And it's a must-see in theater.
That is a strong recommendation.
Best action sequences I've ever seen.
That you heard it right here. And also, let's just be clear, and I won't get too far into the social side of this, but there's those people that are like, oh, girls fighting guys, not into that, and they just bitch about it. I'm like, since when was having hot chicks with guns and swords not cool?
Yeah.
Like
Laura Croft, people.
Yeah. Long Kiss Goodnight, anyone?
Yeah.
Do you even know that movie? You don't know that movie. Alien? Anyone?
Aliens?
Kill Bill? Kill Bill?
Kill Bill Volume 2?
My God. Anyways, so, all right, Ballerina, said and done.
Yes.
All right, How to Train Your Dragon. Now, I'm not skeptical about this because I know this movie as a father will fuck me up when I see it. I will completely get the sobs going.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the recreation? I hear it's pretty faithful to the original.
It is, in my opinion, too faithful.
Too faithful?
Yeah. And it was good, right? But as a father, I've seen those movies many, many times, especially the first one.
Yeah.
And scene for scene, word for word.
It's like the same movie.
Yeah. I say it's not a theater movie. I say it's a wait and just watch it at home on Disney Plus, or I guess it would be Paramount Plus or whatever that DreamWorks is on. But it was good, but it was like my daughter fell asleep.
Oh, really?
And then when I tried to wake her up, you know what she said?
Mm.
It's okay, Dad. I've seen this. And that's a true story.
That's a good question. Like, when is something just too faithful? Because a lot of people will bitch about remakes or adapting live action to something else if you take liberties with the script or make changes.
Yeah.
People complain about that. They did
like
that.
Lilo and Stitch had some changes.
Yeah.
And it was it was very faithful, but not as faithful.
Elliott was over here bitching about that.
Yeah. Well, that's Elliott.
Yeah, that's
so
Elliott.
He's the How to Train Your Dragon crowd. I'm the Lilo and Stitch crowd.
Okay. So I feel like taking some liberties, and we're going to talk about a little bit later about the Legacy sequel. When you are doing a remake or something like that, keep the spirit and the beats the same, but maybe different ways to get there. I'm okay with that. Perfectly fine with that. But I do hear that this movie's almost like you're saying a 1-to-1. And if you've seen the first one
many times because I'm a father,
which I have, then you've seen this movie already.
Yeah, I will say Gerard Butler kills it as the dad.
Does he?
Yeah.
And he voices the dad in the.
I know, but like.
You know?
Yeah, he's been like overweight and weird lately in other movies, and he like crushes it though. So yeah, I'll give him that.
All right. So maybe a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's
good, but it's the same movie.
It's the same. And to be honest, I'd rather watch the animated one.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people though won't even watch animated stuff because they just have a thing against it. They're like, this isn't made for kids. And then when it comes out, they're like, oh my God, How to Train a Dragon.
I'll be dead honest. After watching it, my first reaction, my first thought, and I'll be quick, this was kind of unnecessary. It was that dead on.
Really?
Like scene for scene.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, man. It makes me want to see it.
I mean,
just to see how dead on it is.
It's very,
you know what I mean? Like to see, like maybe
my daughter's 6 and she fell asleep and woke up and like I said, it's okay, Dad, I've seen this. Like that's how dead on it is.
Interesting. So, okay, what's the mystery third movie you're talking about?
So Father's Day, Fathom Events with Regal had a special Father's Day showing of one of my favorite movies of all time,
which is
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Oh,
and I used to watch that movie religiously when I was a kid. I still think Raiders is a better movie, but they're both like in my top 20.
Right.
And I never got to see it in theaters because it was out, before I was born.
Right.
It was incredible.
Was it?
It was remastered. It was like, it was packed. Everyone was cheering. Like, it was cool.
There would be something to be said about those movies that came out when you're really young. You can't quite remember seeing them in the theater.
And we saw the Star Wars remakes when they did them in theaters. But Indiana Jones and Last, which is kind of weird that they went with that one but it makes sense. Father's Day, Last Crusade. It was a Father's Day event, and obviously his father.
Yeah.
So rest in peace, Sir Sean Connery.
I'd slap the bitch.
But it was incredible. So now I was like, wow. So I'm looking at more Fathom events, and there's some cool stuff coming. Like I wanted to see like Jurassic Park again in the theaters, but seeing it in the theater was just it was cool.
I'm glad that you brought up Jurassic Park. Let's talk about this movie.
I'm excited for it.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
I'm excited for it.
I feel like these people, everyone, has been.
What do you mean by these people?
I'm talking about Hollywood in general.
Oh, okay.
Because I do remember seeing Jurassic Park 1 in the theater.
I did as well.
As a matter of fact, I loved it so much, and it was so revolutionary.
Yep.
I mean, it was the clear. You know how like technology.
I think I saw it like 5 times.
Yeah. You know how like technology folds on itself and like
9.
Phones get faster and slimmer, computers get stronger. It was the clear leap into something new. When you saw Jurassic Park, you're like, oh shit, this is incredible.
Yeah.
It looks like real dinosaurs. And you always had the uncanny valley
They
before.
still look like real dinosaurs.
Well, yeah, but my point is
Hold
like, you have the uncanny valley effect in movies when we were coming of age.
yeah.
Jurassic Park was the first time I can remember that it was like, oh, dude, this looks absolutely real.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like they've been trying to get that same formula down for these movies for so long. And I liked the first Jurassic World. I thought it was fine
It was good.
with Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
The movies after that were not as good.
Then they went the Lost World route again. And it's like, what do you, they literally recreated the formula of the first three.
Yeah. Which, like, dude, great. Well, they had success with trying to recreate the formula of the first one with Jurassic World.
Yeah, and it was good.
But then, like,
And then they went Lost World in the second one. And I'm like, come on.
So now we have Jurassic World Rebirth with ScarJo.
I'm looking forward to it,
Mahershala Ali, two incredible actors. That there's some crazy star power in this movie. As a matter
the
of
premise
fact.
is insane, but
Yes.
they're running out of ideas.
Yes. But I'm going to say something controversial here.
Okay.
Any excuse to get dinosaurs eating people, and I'm like, fine. I think my problem is that, like, it was really impactful and cool when it was like a T-Rex, but it
was the dinosaurs that you knew as a kid.
Yeah.
And not genetically made
Yes.
dinosaurs that they made up just for these movies.
Exactly.
I get that.
Exactly.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. That's kind of my
Which
thing.
is what this is.
The big bads are genetically modified dinosaurs, which makes sense. Like, if we had a real Jurassic Park, like, we would totally do the same thing just to get the shock and
it's
awe
human
factor.
nature, right?
It's human nature to do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, dude, all right, here's my question to you. Elliot constantly says it's stupid to even consider the idea of having a Jurassic Park. My rebuttal is it is absolutely needed if we have the technology to bring back dinosaurs, to bring them back.
They just brought back direwolves.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole argument about de-extinction and if it's just a genetically modified gray wolf. And I'm like, yeah, but it is, but it's also technically they're doing what 100,000 years of evolution would do. So it's like, if we can bring back dinosaurs, do you think we should bring them back to have a Jurassic World,
but
like
maybe,
an isolated sense?
Maybe not the flying ones or the ones that can swim.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Although, how do they? Yeah. Anyways, but like, let's make pterodactyls.
No,
it'll be fine.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. None of them will ever get out. There will never be a problem.
Ever. Yeah.
I would love to see a T-Rex. Like,
sick. I was a raptor guy.
I have a theory, and I know it's everyone. They're like, oh, it's been proven that's not real. Blah 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 blah. I think they were all covered in feathers. I feel like.
All right, Dr. Grant.
No, okay. Hold on. Hear me out. So imagine a T-Rex, right?
Yeah.
You know how they had those little arms?
Yeah, like this.
Yes. But they're so big and top heavy. What would make sense is that those arms had like cartilage, right?
Yeah, and wings.
And wings.
Yeah.
Not to fly, but to help them maneuver and balance, almost like how some mammals have tails, right?
Yeah.
It would be like their way to balance when they're running.
We have flightless birds here now that use their wing, like ostriches. And
yes,
stuff,
they use their wings like this. So, like, how does that not make sense? That evolutionarily speaking,
I think it makes sense.
I think it makes. I would love to see a T-Rex, and it just looks like a giant chicken.
It kind of does.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. Movie's coming out very soon. Gonna check it out. Hopefully it's good. I know Eddie will probably see it day of.
Oh yeah. Check out more Fathom events too. There's some cool stuff out there that need some love.
Now here's something interesting. They are starting to finally cast the live action roles for Zelda and Link.
Yep.
For the live action Link movie.
I saw that.
I feel like this is a no-brainer, and everyone does their fan casting, but I'm like, okay, Anya Taylor-Joy as Zelda,
100%.
and Timothy Chalamet as Link. Done. I just did it.
You know what? There's a huge undertaking of people that want this one British kid actor.
What's his name?
I think he was the kid from Love Actually, and then I know he was in Maze Runner, but he literally looks.
He's too old now.
Just
Yeah?
like, he's like 35, but he still looks like he's 20.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking
he
about.
has three names. I can't.
Thomas Brody
Yes,
Sangster.
yes. Look at him.
Yes, I can
Holy
see
crap.
it. No. I could see
or
it.
put a picture of him right here, please.
Put the dude from Love
Next
Actually
to a
right
picture
here.
of Link.
Listen,
Let's compare notes.
I think that Timothée Chalamet is a modern day Daniel Day-Lewis. I think it's the closest. I think he can do any role, and I think he would crush it.
He's a little busy right now, though.
He is busy, but dude.
And you know what he's busy doing?
What?
Messiah.
I saw that. So they're casting Dune Messiah right now. Now I'm going to say this. I didn't read the any of the other books, just Dune. But I do know the lore, and it falls really hard off the rails. So how they're going to do this is going to be interesting.
It's going to be 2 books mixed together.
Are they going to do
Messiah
another 2-part, or are they going to do one more movie?
I'm not sure, because
I heard Denny said he's only doing one more movie.
Messiah was a short book. It wasn't long, and then Children was longer. You could easily put them into one movie, to be honest.
Yes. And if anyone could do it.
And he set that up with Anna Taylor-Joy in Dune Part 2.
They did set it up, but if anyone could do it, right?
Anna, Ava.
Anya Taylor. I think it's Anya Taylor.
Anya Taylor.
If anyone could do it.
She's like one of those weirdly attractive people.
Not for me.
No, but like weirdly attractive.
Yeah. She's a great actress. I respect her for being as good as she is. But if anyone could pull it off, Denny can pull it off. I'm just saying that like it falls so hard off the rails in the way that they ended Dune, right? With kind of like Shawnee.
Yeah, that's a little bit different than the books.
Yeah, but like it wasn't only that. It was like how he was like, go bring him to, paradise, basically just starting off the.
He left a lot of off the rails stuff out.
Yeah, but like I'm just interested to see where they're going to take it, but I don't know how they can wrap. You're saying they can easily do it. I think
they can.
The good, like in a 3-hour movie.
You can get Messiah done in about 30 minutes.
So if they stop, like truly stop.
To be honest.
Hey, if they truly stop after this, that's fine. I feel like do a good trilogy of films and call it.
That's what I would do.
And don't like solely the good name of what they've done with this, because this whole franchise was believed for a long time to be impossible to film.
It goes off the rails. Like,
yes.
I think 6 books is where I stopped.
Oh, you read?
Yeah. And then I started when his son started writing prequels and stuff, and they just weren't the same. So I just kind of gave up on it and never kind of went back. But it goes the clones and bringing people back to life. And
Duncan Idaho comes back as a president.
He'll be in this.
So it'll be interesting. Here's some news. Do you know the game Stellar Blade? It's the one that came out that everyone was freaking out because it was a hot chick with a sword. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is so scantily clad.
I kind of remember that.
Dude, PC port comes out, sold 1 million copies in 3 days on Steam. And it's beautiful 4K ass and titties. That's basically what it boils down to, bro. Like if this game is the ultimate, like, hey, they know it too, because the gameplay is solid, whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's so many different outfits you can put her in.
Oh my God.
And some are extremely.
All the basement hermits are going crazy on this right now.
All those waifus are going nuts. Tomorrow, day of recording is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, the 17th. Tomorrow on the 18th, there is going to be a Donkey Kong Bonanza Nintendo Direct.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, this is actually the game that I'm most excited for. Like,
me too, actually.
Mario Kart's fine.
It's Mario Kart.
Yeah. It's Mario Kart. It's like what,
You get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was never like my thing. This game, though, is what Nintendo does good. Like first party, creative, like really cool ideas.
It looks amazing.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really excited about this game in particular. So Bonanza is going to have a Nintendo
Remember,
Direct.
You owe Elliot, 10 days of Bonanza?
He bought one.
He did?
Dude, you didn't hear this?
No.
When we were in line, the whole time I was like, buy one. Because, here, let's step back. First, everyone that watches knows this story, but I'm going to make it quick. He was supposed to go wait in line for me.
Yeah.
After my son's graduation, I go to the line. There's 2 lines. And I knew right off the bat he's in the wrong one, like off the top of my head.
And were you surprised?
No. I was like, Jesus. So I roll in, there's a buy day of, and then there was
the pre-order line. Yeah.
The pre-order line significantly longer than this one. And he was in the wrong line. So I'm pissed. He comes and he hangs out with me the whole time because I think he felt kind of guilty that he was in the wrong line. But he ended up getting a thing that would secure him one if he wanted to buy one. So as we're waiting for like an hour and a half, he's like texting Lady James like, oh, I'm totally going to buy one. Not really, but maybe, trying to see.
Test the waters.
Yeah, trying to test the waters. And she gave the go ahead, dude. And even though he was in the wrong line, the dude was like, yeah, just go ahead and get in that line and buy it. So everything was falling into place for Elliott, and he bought one. He bought it on credit. Yeah. He got a Best Buy credit card.
Oh, God.
So I was like, good for you, dude. So
only 38.99% interest.
Actually, it's 0% interest for 12 months.
For 12 months.
Yeah, 12 months.
But you have to pay it off in full.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
And then it goes to the 30 plus.
Hopefully you understand how credit works, Elliott. But yeah. So anyways, I
shout out to Elliott for having a good credit score, by the way.
I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
The Naked Gun trailer. Have you seen it? It looks pretty.
Yeah, I'm in, dude.
Yeah. Like it has the same kind of spirit as the original Naked Gun films, but it's a little bit more actiony, which you have Liam Neeson doing it. It's good.
Yeah. And he's perfect, right?
Yeah. And if you watch the trailer, there's a scene where everyone's crying in front of pictures of their dads. There's one of O.J. Simpson, and he's like, oh, man.
It looks great.
Because Norbert was like one of the best parts of Naked Gun because he would always get fucked up. Yeah. Right? It was one of the best recurring gags.
And there's going to be mocking of Taken in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great.
For sure. Let's just talk about this so then we can move on to sports. Violent Night. Here's a couple other stories. Violent Night 2, Christmas 2026.
That was surprisingly good.
Yep. Wonder Woman movie in the works.
Ugh.
Okay. Superman looks kind of tight.
I'm going. Yeah.
Okay.
We should go together.
I'm down.
Make it a night.
Yeah. Star Wars Starfighter. Mia Goth is the lead villain opposed Ryan Gosling. What I hope Starfighter is, though, is they're still Jedi. If he's just a pilot, I'm kind of not going to care. Like, I loved Andor.
Okay.
Andor's great.
Andor's incredible.
It's incredible.
Would you watch a Wedge Antilles movie? I would, because he's such a cult classic character, but he has 8 lines.
I know.
I'd watch it. How he became a pilot, how he became so good. He's like one of the 3 pilots to survive all the battles.
Listen, the way Andor is made, when you really take the Force sensitivity out of Star Wars, but they elevate it by making a good story. That's what they would have to do. I don't think I would be so balls in deep excited for a Rogue Squadron.
We don't
movie.
need a show.
Yeah.
But just
movie.
Just a Wedge Antilles movie, I think would be cool.
Maybe on paper. Yeah. But dude, let's be clear. And you're talking to someone that's a huge Star Wars fan. Yes, there's an expanded universe. Star Wars is great. There's so many things you can do. But at the crux, at the middle of Star Wars is the Force. And if you take the Force out of it, it kind of takes the special out of it for me a little bit. Andor is an exception to that rule. Andor is an exception because Andor is fucking awesome and was done so well.
Think about it. Cassian Andor is the real hero of the entire series. Him and Jyn Erso. Without them, you don't have New Hope. You don't have Empire. You don't have any of it.
And that's true. Let's talk about the Legacy sequel so we can move on to sports. Okay. Mel Brooks is planning.
Let's go.
On doing Spaceballs 2.
As he should.
Rick Moranis and Bill Pullman are both slated to return.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Rest in peace, John Candy.
Spaceballs was awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a classic. It is a huge spoof on Star Wars that is just so great. And I feel like the magic of Spaceballs, you're risking losing the special by doing a sequel. Now, there's a lot of new things that they can make fun of. I get that. I understand that. And that would be funny. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to see it. But you don't want to risk losing the good name of that movie by doing a sequel that's kind of shitty. You know what I mean?
It's Mel Brooks.
It's Mel Brooks, but he's old, man. Like, he's old. His humor may not hit like it used to. It's the same thing I worry about The Naked Gun. Like, those movies were goofy, and it was a time. It was the time it came out. It was right for it. But now people have different expectations.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Happy Gilmore 2. A lot of people have high expectations for that. So that's kind of going to test this water of this, bringing back these old comedies
but
here.
Spaceballs came out in the 80s.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Naked Gun too, right? So
Naked Gun, yeah. The 90s, 80s, and 90s.
Have they ever remade Airplane?
I don't remember.
I bet they're going to. Ugh.
But again,
yeah, so
you're talking about iconic films that were comedies that hit for the time that it was.
Mel Brooks have a sequel under his belt already?
He did the History of the World 2, I think.
But I think that's what it was called. I don't think there was a first one. Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, but that was more of like a
the History of the World Part 2,
and that came out recently,
and
it bombed, right?
Not a lot of people watched it.
Yeah,
it has decent Rotten Tomato scores, but not a lot of people watched it. And it was the same thing as like History of the World 1. You know?
Yeah.
But
again, that's more of like an anthology movie, right? It's not like a full movie.
It's the same Mel Brooks formula of kind of off the wall, goofy kind of stuff. I just think you risk like something like I Know What You Did Last Summer, the Legacy sequel, which is also in the works. That's different. Those are like campy horror films that you could like. No one's like really.
Well, they did. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
They did 10 of them.
There was 10?
No, I said ton.
Oh, I think you said 10. I was like, man, straight to DVD.
They did like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, I know there was 3 or 4 of them.
So like something like that, like fine. When you have
Final Destination still going strong.
Spaceballs is an iconic movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's great that they're getting people to come back.
I don't mind it.
Mel Brooks. And I don't either. It's probably going to be great, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're risking losing the iconic nature of that film.
Looking at you, Gladiator 2.
By doing it again. Right there. So, anyways, that's it for Nerd News.
Hey, we got nerdy.
We are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with some sports. Big shout out to Groggs Traditional Irish Pub at the northeast corner of Willow and Knees. Not only do they house the Do Over podcast for Taps and Takes, but they invited us to go blow it up on St. Patrick's Day live on scene. Now that that's done, it's easing us into summer and it gets hella hot here in the Central Valley. Groggs prides themselves on being the coldest drinking establishment in the Central Valley. Literally go down there, get a nice cold pickleback, get a nice cold Guinness, throw it back and leech off that free AC, son. Support Groggs because they support the Do Over podcast. And we're back. And as you know, it's nice and cool up in Groggs. I don't know about you. It just feels so good.
Let me check the temperature.
Oh.
It's cool.
Oh. Now, go to Groggs if you want to escape the heat. Get a Guinness in your system, huh? Now it's time for...
Stay hydrated, my friends.
Sports. Elliot loves balls, and he's not here, and it's balls. But I don't need to say it's sports. He just loves balls. Anyways.
Put that on a button.
Yeah. Now, Edward... Off air, you were telling me so many sports stories are happening right now.
Oh, yeah. This is the time of year where there's just sports stories, just making it rain out in the world, baby.
So much sports. Now, what's going on in sports?
Well, as we've been talking about ad nauseum for the last month, the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals, 2 teams can punch their championship dreams because they both lead the series 3-2 with 1 to go. Oklahoma City last night. This again, we're recording this on Tuesday, so by the time you watch this on Friday, they may be done. The NBA champions.
Yeah.
Either way, it's cool. I picked Indiana. I said it was going to go 7. It still can,
right?
Because it's 3-2. So we have that. So either way, I like it because a new team's going to win that's never won before, and that's kind of exciting. So I haven't really been watching, to be honest.
Why?
It's just.
You don't care?
No, yeah. I mean, I've watched a little bit, but I'll be like, oh, it's on. Okay, so I'll be doing other stuff. And like 4th quarter, oh, it's close. Then I'll watch. But the hockey's been really good.
Yeah.
We've had like 3 overtime games. Florida Panthers are up 3-2 over the Edmonton Oilers. Again, I picked the Oilers, so I thought it was their year. But shout out to American hockey for being up 3-2. This could go 7 as well. Been a very close series. I just want Connor McDavid to win that Stanley Cup. The best player in hockey should win the Stanley Cup.
Why is he the best player in hockey?
He's just the best player in hockey.
Like that's like legit. He's not just your favorite.
No, he is the best player in the world right now in hockey. Fight me.
Is he the guy that beat Gretzky's?
No, that was Ovechkin.
Yeah.
And at one point, he was the best player in hockey. But, he has gray hair. He goes out there and he has his skates on and his walker with the tennis balls on it to kind of help him skate around.
Okay. All right.
But we've had really good finals for both sports. But, just the teams that are in it this year. How many Pacers fans do you know? How many Oklahoma City Thunder fans do you know?
Yeah.
How many Florida Panthers or Edmonton Oilers fans do you know in America?
Well, I know that the Oilers had them boobs. So a lot of fans probably did come around.
They haven't been putting them on the glasses.
I know.
This year, though.
What's up with that? What's up with that, man?
Yeah, maybe that's why they're down 3-2 in the series.
That made hockey exciting. Them hoots.
So by the time you're watching this, the Florida Panthers and the Oklahoma City Thunder could be champions, or it's going to be a weekend of Game 7s, and that's exciting because I will watch Game 7s.
That is exciting.
Yeah, because everything's on the line.
I got a question for you.
I have an answer.
Actually, go to your next story first. Let me formulate this in a good way. Okay, you go.
Interesting.
I don't want to I'm not.
This will be quick.
I'm not the hugest sports fan. Okay, here I'll ask you. Okay. You are a Chelsea fan, correct? Or is that
Liverpool?
Elliott? You're Liverpool.
How dare you?
Why? I'm watching Welcome to Wrexham.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a foot in the race of any soccer club.
Soccer is over the last couple of years has become my number one sport.
Really?
Yeah.
I am fascinated with how this has played out for Wrexham. Fascinated. Because
every year for the last 3 years, they moved up and now they're one tier away from actually getting to the Premier League.
Premier League.
Yeah. Which would be insane.
It is.
It's happened before, but
it's one of the best sports stories.
And no one's talking about it.
And no one's talking about it.
Nobody.
How is no one talking about the fact that this is almost impossible? And these two.
There's a lot of money being put into the team.
Yes.
And the players.
But also, it's also generating money. If you watch what it's doing, it's big.
That little ass stadium too, but in 3 years is going to be huge.
Yeah, imagine if they hit the Premier League. And is it the top 2 teams that get the promotion or just one?
3 teams get the promotion. Top 2 automatically qualify, and then 3, 4, and 5 do a playoff, or 3, 4, 5, and 6 do a playoff for the finals.
I'm looking at their standings right now. They're second.
Well, it's over. Yeah, they already qualified. Yeah.
Okay, so they went up again?
Yeah, so they're in the Championship League, which is the league now one below the Premier League. So and then they have to be in the top 3 or the top 5 to get a chance. And then they go to the Premier League. Imagine
Wrexham hits the Premier League. To go from where they were to the Premier League would be in the span
in the span of 4 years.
4 years.
And they were in League 4.
Yeah.
So each year they've gone up.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's happened before. I think it was Leeds. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was Leeds that did it last.
But they didn't do it in 4 years, right?
No, they did.
Because weren't they saying that they were the first team? I thought they said they were the first team to have back-to-back promotions.
No, that happens a lot. No, it's Leeds went 4 in a row or 5 in a row or somewhere to go to the Premier League.
Yeah.
This was in the 50s. This is a long time ago. And it was a different structure back then.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be the first team to do it within this new structure of leagues. Yeah.
Do you think that's the best sports story?
Great story
of our last 10 years.
It's up there.
I think it has to be.
If they make it to the Premier League after next season, then yes.
Yeah.
It'll be the best sports story probably in a long time. Yeah. And they're really talking about it, in Wales, because Wrexham is a Welsh club.
Yeah.
They're not even in England or they're Wales.
They're Welsh.
They're Welsh. Shout out. I'm Welsh.
Yeah.
That's right.
Boom.
But and obviously if you don't know, Ryan Reynolds and Rob
McElhenney
own the team, and they're huge supporters. They love it, and it's fun watching them kind of geek out over it too in the show. I like the show. I watched the show. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a great story, and more people, I had to look it up to see if they won.
Right.
It should have been ESPN front page and front center.
That's what
Instead
I'm
of we're
saying.
talking about Aaron Rodgers.
It doesn't make sense. That is an incredible
We just don't
feat.
like soccer here.
I think we need to.
I love it.
Like, we need to.
Oh, it's not the World Cup. I don't care.
I mean, dude, we need to, because like, it's such a cool sport, and it is a cool sport. It's so worldwide. And dude, I am one to be like, oh, fucking communist ball, when I was a kid and shit. But as I got older, I'm like, to see the fervor that people have for their teams and how ingrained into their community it is.
I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, watch Liverpool game on a Saturday. Love it.
Yeah.
Like, standing up, cheering, like singing the songs.
I just think it's awesome that the way that they do it with promotions. I think is great.
That's how they should do it.
That's how they should do it. Yeah. Like that. That's awesome.
If one sport needs to do it more than anything, it's college. It is the way that the college landscape, especially in football. So you take, like, for example, the SEC and we'll say the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two leagues. Whoever wins those two leagues play for a championship. However, the top 3 teams go down to the Big 12 or go down to the Mountain West or whatever.
Yeah.
And then those 3 teams who win go up to their chance to
That
go.
is actually really cool. And it incentivizes.
Correct.
Yes.
And if they did that, and especially with the new NIL, if they did a format like that instead of the stupid 12-team playoff, it would generate more income for lower teams who get promoted, and instead of just sitting there and not having NIL money, because the NIL money is going to, Ohio State's and Ohio State would never be relegated probably, but Liverpool's never been relegated.
Right.
You know what I mean? Manchester United's never been relegated because there's money being put into these teams. When was the last time Manchester United won? It's been a minute. So it's like, it doesn't always the same teams winning.
Right.
Leicester City won a Premier League title. You know? Exactly. Man City was a shitty team before they got good and the money started coming in. So it's possible to do it in this format. Chelsea got money, started doing the same thing. Now, and the playoff format, it just doesn't work because then you have teams tanking on purpose to get better draft picks or get better. And it's just, I hate it. And so, yeah, I think would be really good. It'd be really good in baseball.
Oh, dude.
We wouldn't
awesome.
We wouldn't have the A's. They'd be in AAA, and the team that won the AAA, and then we would have cool team names like the Montgomery Biscuits in Major League Baseball. And that would be sick.
And it also keeps things a little bit fresh and spicy.
Yeah. So I agree. Relegation needs to be in all sports leagues. Bring it on. Let's go.
Hot takes. That's why it's called Taps and Takes.
Boom.
All right. What else we got?
Shohei Ohtani last night. So by the time you're watching this, 5 days ago, for the first time in 2 years, pitched. Because remember, he's the dual threat. He's been hitting, DHing a lot, but he got the ACL injury. He pitched for the Dodgers against the Padres. Looked pretty good. So here we are. We're back to double Ohtani.
Yeah.
So
the question
it's crazy how good.
Who's going to be gambling for him now? That's the question.
Who's his interpreter? I'm sure there was a huge background check done on whoever took that job. I'm gonna see all your finances, all your taxes, everything.
Do you have any addiction issues?
Yeah, all your logins to everything.
Yes.
Yeah. But he looked good, and it's just cool to see. Obviously, he's the best. We talked about McDavid being the best hockey player in the world. I think there's no doubt that right now Ohtani is the best baseball player in the world. Yes, over Judge, only for the fact that, hey, he's been the best hitter over the last few years. And on top of that, he's still a top 10 pitcher when healthy.
Which is actually incredible.
It's an
incredible feat.
No, it's insane. And then that's why, talking about football, I am really excited about Travis Hunter because, the dual threat thing is really cool to watch. And I think he could be a really good receiver. It sucks he's on the Jaguars because, you need a good quarterback to be a good receiver. And I'm not that big on Trevor Lawrence at all. Sunshine, as I call him. Shout out Remember the Titans. But I think he could be a lockdown cornerback as well. So I'm excited about watching him because I like the dual threat because we're coming to that new era. What, Deion Sanders and then
Deion Sanders.
That's right. And Deion Sanders was his coach in college at Colorado and at Jackson State. So he kind of took the mentorship from him. So it's going to be fun to watch. So excited about that. Excited about Ohtani pitching, even though it was against my Padres. But hey, it's good for the sport that's dying.
Yeah, for real.
Dying so much that the MLB decided this year that we're not going to make specialized hats anymore. They used to make Mother's Day hats, Father's Day hats, Memorial Day hats. People stopped buying them because so they're like, well, we got to save money. So they cut them. They're making the 4th of July one still, which look cool. Yeah. And that new thing where they're doing where they have like that rope boat thing. Yeah. Kind of in. I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not a fan of it.
But that's there. So, but shout out to Ohtani. And one last thing. Power rankings, NFL. This is my power rankings.
This is his hot take. And we're going to end on this. This is his hot take for the power rankings of NFL as it stands.
These are my top 10 teams in the NFL in order from 10 to 1. You ready? Number 10, the Los Angeles Chargers. No, I'm not being a homer. They got better in the offseason. They got more weapons on the offense. They got a guy named Ladd McConkey. How can you have a player named Ladd McConkey and not be in the top 10? Boom. Number 9, moving across the locker room, the Los Angeles Rams. They added Davante Adams, Matthew Stafford, speaking of walkers. But hey, Kupp, injury prone. Davante Adams, target hog. Kyron Williams, great running back. Good defense. Jared Verse, great defensive player. You got McVay. Number 9, the Rams. Lock it in. Number 8, the Green Bay Packers.
Oh,
give me some love.
I wonder where Elliott would put him.
Give me some. Yeah.
They're number like 3.
Yeah.
For sure.
Minnesota's going to take a step back with McCarthy. The Bears are never going to be good because they're cursed. The Lions will be good. Packers take a step up. I like them at number 8. Number 7, the Washington Commanders. Added Deebo Samuel. Like this team. Last year was a great story, a great run. I don't think they're going to make it all the way to the NFC Championship game again because there's going to be more film on Daniels. And that second year, if you look at CJ Stroud this last year, that second year jump and defenses learning having a full year to learn about you is real. And it happened to Stroud. It's going to happen to Daniels. So they are number 8. Number 7. The San Francisco 49ers. Don't call it a bounce back, but Deebo left. Yeah, Deebo did leave. McCaffrey's injury prone. Yeah, he is very injury prone. But you know what? The team's still good.
Yeah.
They still got a great coach. And last year was an off year. And every time the 49ers have an off year, you know what they do the next year? They go to the NFC Championship game. Brock Purdy.
Is McCaffrey playing this year?
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah. He'll play. How long? We'll see.
That's the thing.
Ayuk season. I like Ricky Pearsall. If you're drafting your fantasy drafts, Pearsall is going to be a sleeper. Get him in your receivers. I like them. Detroit Lions come in at number 5. I mean, what more is it to say? They're going to be good again. Love myself some Dan Campbell. He's a man's coach. You know what I'm saying?
He is a man's coach.
Yeah. He'll give me some Lions. All hail to the Chiefs, baby. The Chiefs come in at number 4. Mahomes got some more weapons. Got Xavier Worthy. Got Rashee Rice if he doesn't get suspended for a DUI where he almost killed somebody. And if they could find a running back, that team's going to be good again. And it's Andy Reid can't go against them. Number 3, the Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh.
Lamar Jackson, King Henry, and team. Zay Flowers, love him this year in fantasy, by the way. Great pickup. And he's going his ADP. You can get him low, and he can end up being
I had Flowers last year, and he underperformed like a motherfucker.
He's going to be good this year.
All right.
Trust me. He's going to be good. Coming in at number 2, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Give me some Josh Allen.
You think the Bills are coming in at number 2?
They were number 2 in my rankings last year, too.
Yeah.
They're always number 2, but they'll only be number 1 until they finally actually make a Super Bowl with this regimen that they have, which could. They have a good team.
Yeah.
They just can't somehow get there in the end. Number one, you got to give it to the champs. The tush push is here to stay, baby.
It is.
You
here
can't
to stay.
stop it. Too bad.
The fact that they try to stop it, I'm like, you're a bunch of bitches.
Oh, the Green Bay Packers
Yeah.
were the leading the charge
Yeah.
on that.
Elliott's
we can't
team.
stop the tush push. It needs to be banned.
Are you saying that Elliott's team are a bunch of bitches?
Yeah, I am.
Who would have thought?
Coach better.
Yeah.
Coach better. You use it. The Green Bay
Yeah.
Packers weren't even using the tush push.
Use it.
Use it.
It's legal.
Philadelphia Eagles, obviously the best team. Saquon Barkley, the best.
What a story, though. For
Is
him.
Saquon Barkley the best player, non-quarterback in the NFL?
I mean, dude, he put
Yes.
up some serious
He
fucking
is.
points.
He is.
And like he wasn't really getting his due the year before. And then, man, what a fucking run.
So we have the best player, McDavid, who just won or is in the Stanley Cup. We talked about hockey.
Yes.
In basketball, who's the best player in basketball? Right now, it could be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, could win NBA. And then we're talking about football. Ohtani, obviously, baseball. Dodgers won the World Series last year.
Yep.
And the best player in football is probably non-quarterback, Saquon Barkley, who they just won the Super Bowl. You must have the best player in your sport on your team to win a championship, and that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Number one, the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles.
Fly. And also, let me reiterate this. Green Bay Packers a bunch of bitches. So with that, you're welcome, Elliot. With that, it's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Fast Eddie Edward Rouse, for coming on. And where can everyone find you?
At Edward Rouse on all your social media platforms, and soon another place. But that's coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon.
You have to watch next week.
And you know where to find us. Follow us on all the socials. Give us a little subscribe. Or put a subscribe here. Or put it right here.
Do my work for me, please.
It's free to do it. Just click on the subscribe button. Share it with your friends if you like to talk about the nerd news and the sports. And until next week, gotta go. Love you. Bye.